851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
2018 has been a truly incredible year in the aviation industry, from orders to announcements, to new aircraft, to test flights, to major air shows, and then to the darker side, where we saw multiple crashes and unfortunately hundreds passing across the multiple incidents. The industry has had its ups and downs, no doubt, like any year, but I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing you all the developments throughout this year. To celebrate the year that was, I'll be creating monthly recaps with the most interesting and biggest stories in a way to celebrate this year. We start with the first month, January. To start the year, we learned that Lufthansa were going to be going through a huge rebrand, which would see a new logo emerge and, more importantly, a brand new livery. Speculation was brought on by posts in various different aviation forums, which detailed Lufthansa aircraft were in fact headed into a paint shop. The rebrand caused a fair bit of controversy among the industry, as this was the first change Lufthansa were making to their brand in decades. Following this, British Airways appeared in the news with reports that they were interested in adding more Airbus A380s to their already extensive fleet. The news came as the carrier eyed further expansion and was pleased with their A380 operations. While nothing has come since then, we did learn down the line that British Airways were concerned with a couple of things with the Airbus A380, that being the asking price for the aircraft. Hence, they've now held off on an order and are looking to explore aircraft like the 777X, and also potentially down the line, second-hand A380s. These second-hand A380s would likely come from Emirates, who prefer to turn over their aircraft much quicker to other airlines. January saw the announcement that the delivery of the first A350-1000 to Qatar would be delayed. The reasoning behind this was because of the complex seat configuration that was to be fitted onto their A350-1000s. Often fitting seats can cause delays, as airlines want their product to be fitted to perfection. If it's not, they'll often ask the installer to refit the aircraft. As the month progressed, we witnessed the start of the Etihad Airways saga, which has been extremely interesting to cover. The start of it saw the airline announce that they would be grounding their Airbus A330F jets in their cargo sector under Etihad Airways Cargo. The decision to ground their A330Fs came as the airline applied last-ditch methods to try and save the airline, which months earlier reported losses of around $2 billion US, a number that would usually see airlines collapse immediately. Removing these A330Fs meant that the Etihad Airways cargo fleet consisted of just the 777Fs. The month was also busy for the Airbus A380, with Emirates announcing a new order for the program, which kept production and the program alive and kicking. Emirates ordered 36 more A380s in a deal which was worth US $16 billion. The order for 36 was broken up into an MOU for 20 firm orders and 16 additional options. These new orders will be delivered from 2020 onwards and will ensure that the program continues to live on over the coming decade. The Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai commented on the order, saying, "Emirates truly represents Dubai's spirit of growth, innovation and resilience. It also epitomizes the city's increasing role in connecting the world in terms of people, capital and information flows. This deal reflects Emirates' confidence in shaping the future and its commitment to advancing Dubai's vision to grow further as a world-class destination and aviation hub." He went on to say, "We've made no secret of the fact that the A380 has been a success for Emirates. Our customers love it, and we've been able to deploy it on different missions across our network, giving us flexibility in terms of range and passenger mix." Adding, "Some of the new A380s we've just ordered will be used as fleet replacements. This order will provide stability to the A380 production line. We will continue to work closely with Airbus to further enhance the aircraft and onboard product, so as to offer our passengers the best possible experience. The beauty of this aircraft is that the technology and real estate on board gives us plenty of room to do different things with the interiors." January also saw Qantas announce a new flying art scheme for their Boeing 787-9. The scheme now features on VHZND and has received praise from Australians and travellers across the world. Qantas had their flying art livery delivered to the Northern Territory in an extremely special ceremony, which paid tribute to the Aboriginal culture. The A350-1000 also featured heavily during the month, with the second story being the A350-1000 demonstration tour. The tour saw the aircraft visit the Asian Pacific region and the Middle East. It caused some controversy, with the trip leaving out the likes of America. The tour overall was a great opportunity for airlines invested in the specifications of the A350-1000 to get up close with the jet during its short stopovers in various cities. Qantas were the most talked about airline following the tour, who apparently spent an entire morning with the aircraft, completing a test flight and having engineers inspect the aircraft. Just to give an overall recap of the tour, I'm going to take something from the official Airbus press release, just to give you an idea of where the A350-1000 actually headed. So during the tour, the A350-1000 test flight, MSN 065, will visit 12 destinations to demonstrate the aircraft's exclusive features. The itinerary will see it travel over 30,000 nautical miles, or 55,000 kilometers, with stops in Doha, Muscat, Hong Kong, Seoul, Taipei, Hanoi, Singapore, Bangkok, Sydney, Auckland, Tokyo, and finally Manila. The aircraft will stop for several days though in Singapore, where it will be on a static display from the 6th to the 8th of February at the 2018 Singapore Air Show. MSN is one of the 3 A350-1000 test aircraft and is equipped with a fully functional cabin, 40 business class seats, 36 economy plus class, and 219 comfort economy class seats. The demonstration flights will be operated by Airbus flight test crews. So as you can see, while the tour did take place partially in February, it was announced in January. During the first few days of the year, Airbus rolled out their first A321neo ACF, or A321 new engine option Airbus Cabin Flex. The aircraft became the latest addition to the A320 family. Airbus applied various modifications to the fuselage. The modifications meant that the ACF enables more flexible cabin configurations, which can allow any airline to seat up to 240 passengers. Notable changes to the eye, though, came from the new rear section, which has been changed up, as well as a change that has seen the passenger door configuration switch around. In the official press release by Airbus, they said the A321neo ACF is the base for a longer range variant known as the A321LR. The A321LR has an increased maximum takeoff weight, or MTOW, of 97 tonnes, and a third underfloor fuel tank, allowing airlines to increase its range to 4,000 nautical miles for intercontinental flights. The first delivery of the A321LR is targeted for the fourth quarter of 2018, and as we know, the first one has in fact been delivered now. Airlines like Delta, Turkish Airlines, Pegasus, and Qatar have all in fact opted for the A321neo Airbus Cabin Flex. The month was really filled with Airbus news in what was a very busy month for orders with them. Turkish Airlines signed a tentative agreement with Airbus for the A350. The potential order, which was later firmed up, was for 25 A350-900s. With Turkish Airlines growing extremely quickly, the A350-900 will benefit them in the European market, as well as other markets within the aviation industry. The final noteworthy movement of the month was one of the first incidents of the year. We saw a Pegasus Airlines 737 skid off the runway after completing a flight through Turkey. The aircraft landed during the night and skidded off the runway. It was reported that the conditions were absolutely shocking, with torrential rain making the runway surface extremely slippery. The 737, which overran the runway, stopped on the embankment, which led into the Black Sea. And that is January for you. Was there a particular story that interests you the most? Was it the Turkish Airlines A350 tentative agreement, maybe the A321neo Airbus Cabin Flex, or even the new Qantas 787 in the indigenous scheme? Let me know down in the comment section below. Stay tuned for recaps on all the other months as the year comes to a close. Once again, I want to thank you all for your incredible support throughout this year, and of course, just the support you show me day in, day out. If you did enjoy this video and would like to see more like this one, please feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. I'll be uploading the other monthly recaps in the coming days, or whenever I get the chance to do it. I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in, and I do very much look forward to you all joining me in the next one.